Guys, I'm Johnny Scoble, and this is the live stream for the Chase the Heat 6th birthday. Very, very happy. So we're doing it live and filming it at the same time, so we'll upload that after. But boy, so good. Sam Holt, good to see you. Alex, Drew V, good to see you. Yankee Kyle, Bullseyes, Rob Brown, Chili Dean, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being here. What we're going to do is this. I hope you guys have a bunch of good questions. I'm going to do question and answer for a while. But one thing I'm going to do right out of the gate is I kind of want to talk about Chase the Heat by the numbers. Guys, we turned 6 years old today. Isn't that kind of crazy? 6 years old, to think about that. We've come a long way in just the last year. Listen to this. I'm going to give you some numbers of what happened. And I'm telling you this because this is all you. What this celebration is really about, and I mean this now from my heart, it's you. It's not me by any sense of the imagination. Is it about me? This is about the bus. This is about you guys. In the last 12 months, this channel got exactly, and this is all you guys, listen to this, 4 million views. Exactly 4 million in the last 12 months. 304,000 hours of view time, which equals, by the way, 34 and a half years. So just the view time in the last 12 months, with 34 years of view time. And 14,100 riders on the bus were added in the last 12 months. It's pretty incredible. To kind of put it, the big scope of things, from the beginning of the channel, we have our 19 millionth view right now. So 19 million views. That's just mind-boggling. 1,749,000 hours and change, and 120,200 riders on the bus right now. Exactly, 120,200. But the view time is mind-boggling. This is the part that I can't wrap my head around. The view time of the whole channel since we started, those 19 million views, if you add up all the time from all those views, it equals 199 years. Isn't that kind of a tough one to get your head around? Meaning that if somebody found the channel right now, and I didn't upload another, I quit today, they'd be finished sometime around the year 2220 to watch them all. It's just insane. Mind-boggling. But you guys are amazing. I love you guys. This is it's heavy duty. You know, the first year, I was like, let's do 5 more. And, you know, not that I'm slowing down, because I think if anything, we're making more videos now than we did in the beginning of the channel. But we'll definitely do another year. Let's do a couple question and answers here. Hang on just a minute. I'm looking for questions. And some of you may have already posted questions. I'm kind of going from right now, so I'm sorry. If you posted one, post it again. Tom Devine, been on the bus for 3 years now. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. Unpredictable Tony, let me see. When I came, I hope I can read this. You posted it, so I'm going to read it. Unpredictable Tony says, when I came to the channel, I was a drunk. I lost my whole family. Then Johnny arrived and turned me into Peppers. I got sober, had my family back. This channel changed my life along with God. Wow. See, you know, that's the stuff that, you know, dreams of. Like when I started this channel, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of this. This happened within the last 12 months, you guys. It's usually hanging on the wall over there. I don't ever take it down and hold it and look at it, but this represents all of you. A lot of you came on after, but it's amazing. That touches me, you know, it's a beautiful thing. It's amazing. So many great people. Buddha Davis, it's hard to reach out, say everybody's name. Rich Newton, good to see you, buddy. Rich Newton. You know what? I gotta talk about Rich Newton just for a second. Rich Newton, man, Point Blank Pepper Company. But he was a hobbyist when I first met him, and he sent me some smoke rings, his pickled, like bread and butter pickles, pepper rings. And I was just like, man, you need to be selling these. I don't know why you're not. He just took awards at Zest Fest. He's now professional, and I was at Zest Fest and walked by, and there's his booth with his wife Mindy. And it's like, so what, man, It's like watching, I mean, obviously it was always in you. I had nothing to do with it, trust me. But it's like watching a kid go from a training wheel to, a chopper. It's amazing. I want to say hi real quick to Tad and Kit. You guys know Tad and Kit from Harvest 912. They're a great company. They got a bus, you guys. They're on the bus, but they got a bus. Chase T logos on the back of it, but they drive around and they put shoes on homeless and people that don't have shoes. It's just amazing. But anyway, they wrote me this letter, and I gotta read it to you real quick. Hello, Johnny. What a great weekend and surprise meeting Zach Williams. Zach Williams is a Christian artist. Here's an autographed picture of Zach Williams. Here's Zach Williams, his cookbook, which is so cool. I'm gonna tell you why it's so cool in just a sec, but turns out Zach Williams is an avid cook, a chili head, and a follower of Chase the Heat. He's on the bus, man. We gave him a gift bag and a couple sauces, as well as a package of peppermint patty, which I'm going to snack during this live stream. One of my favorite snacks in the world. He said he was going to watch the podcast before he tries it. Pretty cool knowing that he rides the bus. But anyway, Tad and Kit just got married. So congratulations, Tad and Kit. The bus, we're all super happy for you. I'm going to start munching on these. But Bollinger Bunch, hello. Bollinger Bunch is awesome. Here's a question. Let me read this here. All right, here's a question. Jonathan Cromer says, the one thing I've always wanted to know, I know you've always said the Primata is the hottest pepper. Have you tried Pepper X? The guy who grows it claims it's twice as hot as a Reaper. First of all, I've only been saying that it's the hottest pepper for the last 2 years because I discovered it 2 years ago, last season. And it was just way hotter than anything else I ever had. So I've been saying it for a couple of years. Now, Pepper X, created by Ed Curry, peppermint bark. Oh. Pepper X, he hasn't released it yet. When he releases it and I eat it, I will report back to you. It's just that simple. I have an invite to go to their farm and eat one. But the problem is my schedule for the next 2 months is insane. But, and it's also, I'm not sure if they're in season or not, but I'll promise you I'll eat one at some point. Listen, I've said this before, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care who's got the hottest pepper, I just want to eat it. I don't care who made it, don't care where it came from, I just want to eat the hottest pepper. So hopefully it is the hottest pepper. Tommy, thank you, brother, for being here. How cool. Lawn Dog, Johnny, question. We've known each other for many years. Care to guess how many years it is? Chase the Heat. Yeah, you've been around, Lawn Dog, since the beginning, man. I remember doing 26-hour live streams. You were there. 5 years. I mean, we're 6 years old now. I think you probably found me in the first year. That's just a guess, though. DJ Daddy-O, thank you for being here. Yeah, you've been here for a long time. Hi, Crystal Johnson. Uncle Bull Cow, good to see you. Thank you. Feeling the love, you guys. 106 people here. That's incredible. Lassie Henson says, when are we meeting? What are you meeting up with the Chili Queen again? You know, I was just with her last. Drew, thank you so much, bro. You didn't do that, bro. Thank you. I'm gonna get to that in just one split second. But I was with her last weekend in Dallas at the Zest Fest. We were filming something. Can't tell you exactly what we're filming, but I can totally see having another rematch with her. I totally can. I would do it. You never know. Drew V, thank you so much for the $5, bro. I appreciate that. What is your most memorable moment or the greatest experience throughout the last 6 years? Wow. Here's wishing you many more great memories to come. Thank you, Drew. My greatest experience. You know what? I'm such a sucker about sobriety lately. That comment I just read from Unpredictable Tony, that's a great one. I couldn't put it into one. There's been so many amazing things that have happened. I remember the first trip going to the Philippines, driving in downtown Manila. They really liked me there. It's amazing. But he said, man, you're on a billboard here. And I said, he said, yeah, for the Pepper Festival. Your picture's on it, but it only flashes 10 seconds out of every 5 minutes, so you probably won't see it. It was raining out at night, so I pulled my phone out just by chance, and as I did, there I am on the billboard, and I got a picture of it. So that was a pretty cool moment. But there's a million great moments when little kids walk up and they know who I am. That's an amazing moment. So I don't know. Thank you, Drew, so much. Let me see. Hold on, I see some right there. Lawn Dog, you thought I'd forget? Come on, man. Lawn Dog's comment says, wow, you remember. That's fantastic. Of course I remember. Let's see. Brad Slater says, learning about and watching you eat wicked hot peppers is why I subscribe to your channel, and the overall message you share and why I'm still here. Great wishes, congrats. Great vibes, congrats. Thank you so much, Brad. That's very, very cool. Let's see. You know what I used to do? I used to read the question like out loud. Now I read it in my head first. I learned from that. Joel Lawson, been on the bus around 8 or 9 months. Thank you for being here. It's better with you on it. I think it's so cool. You live in Charlotte. I grew up there. Part of my heart will always be in North Carolina. Yeah, it's a pretty cool area. Thank you. Drew, my response to his question was, isn't that the best answer, knowing that there are so many great experiences you couldn't pick just one? Riley Rose, you want to hear a great one? Riley Rose. I was at the I Like It Hot Festival in Florida several years ago, and this man walks up and he's holding this little girl's hand. Riley Rose, she was 4, little girl, and her eyes were that big. I've never seen eyes like that. And he goes, oh, don't mind, this is Riley Rose. I said, hi, Riley. She's staring at you like that because every day since she's been aware, since she's come online, since she's been aware, she's been watching you every single day of her life. And that was a crazy moment. So there's so many good ones. Some of them, if I talk about it, I'll cry, so I don't want to do that. Cody, thank you so much for the $4.99, bro. Appreciate it. I'm at work, so I can't stay long. Just want to say thank you for the channel, the content, and for driving the bus. Love you, Johnny, and congrats. Thank you so much. You know the whole bus thing? You guys know where that came from, right? It came from Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead. At a concert, he said, this is your bus. I'm just the driver. It resonated with me. It really did. Let's see, hang on. Well, I'm going to go there. Dizzy Dragon says, what do you think of the Primo Reaper thing? Do they have differences to you? You've eaten more of them than anybody probably. Haha. What he's talking about is the origin of the Reaper is sometimes questioned. Sometimes they say it's the same thing as the 7-Pot Primo. I know both men. I consider both of them friends. Going to be with one of them this weekend. So I know this, they certainly burn in the same place. If you've ever eaten a Reaper, ghost peppers burn your mouth and your tongue. Reapers kind of forget your tongue and your mouth, and they kind of go right for your throat. Not so much down here or here, but right in here. They taste, I've had them, here's the thing, I don't know, I've had tasted subtleties in the flavor, but that could just be from plant to plant. So the way I look at it is this, there are 2 people on the planet that know the utter truth to that. Everybody else is just speculating, so I don't even speculate. This weekend I'm going to be down in Louisiana doing some more filming. Keeping those cards close to my toes. So some very, very cool stuff is happening, you guys. I just can't really talk about it yet, but I will let you know when I can. Bullseye and Brewskis, $1.99. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, you know what? How many days 6 years is? It's 2,191 days. We've made, since we started, 4,060 videos. That is I'm a numbers guy, 1.8 videos per day. When I first started, I wasn't making videos every day. And you want to hear something funny? When I first started, somebody that I kind of looked up to, was really into, messaged me. He's like, man, you're kind of making, you're too much content. You're making too many videos. People are going to get burned out on you. I was like, I'm just going to keep making videos. Zach Smith, boy, 6 years, been a long time. Still remember you reaching out long ago and trying some salts. Zach and I go way back. Boy, Zach, I mean, Zach, you were there before I had 100, for sure. Tom Broom in the house at Pepper Night. Love you, Tom Broom. You know, it's really funny. Everybody in here, like, we wouldn't be, if I look at Tom and all the people I'm watching, I'd be sitting around and doing nothing right now. You guys, this really is about you guys. I mean it. Big Al, shut up. Big Al is in the house. You gotta be kidding me. Oh man, do your ears burn like daily, bro? I talk about you all the time. I talked about you several times today. Big Al is in the house, you guys. That's a good man right there, I'll tell you what. Some great people. Johnny Jr. helping me mod. Corey, thank you so much for being here. Let's see here. We got a Pucker Butt Pepper Company fan. Joe, nice to see you. For the love of heat, started this trip because of you, brother. 6-pod challenge video going up later today. 6-pod challenge, that's quite a challenge. It really is. You know what's funny? I don't even know how many challenges I've done. We should figure that out right now. It'll take me just a second to tell you. It's a scary number. It's pretty close. It's got to be more than 4,500. Challenges. Where are they? 454 challenges I've done so far. Sharon Chandler's here. Sharon, we love you too. I'm glad you're here, Sharon. I'm glad you're a part of this. I'm glad every one of you is a part of this. You know that? Big Al, you know, I had a pepper yesterday. I was thinking about you. I was talking about you yesterday. I ate the hottest pepper I ever ate in my life yesterday. I thought Big Al would love a little piece of this. That would have been neat. Let's see. Okay, Chris Pulsifer said, I took your advice on eating a pepper, hot pepper every day for 30 days, and his tolerance has skyrocketed. I'm amazed. Now, beyond that, isn't just your tolerance, Chris. Tell me the truth. How has your taste buds changed? How do the taste of those peppers changed with you? Every day, somebody says, you can't taste anything anymore. I did the Burger King ghost pepper burger last night. One of the comments said, you can't taste anything because you burned your taste buds off. Chris will comment if he's still watching. He tastes more. I promise you, he's going to tell you that. The higher your tolerance gets, the more you're able to taste, especially with heat, but with everything. Annoyed. Ordered some Reaper and Ghost crack balls. Very excited. Thank you, bro. You're going to love them. They're great. Johnny K ate my first jalapeno. Woo! That's awesome. It's a slippery slope, dude. That's how it started in me. Be careful. Kevin Walter says, do you think Ed will send you some Apollo peppers to try now? I can't get Pepper X. You think I'm going to get an Apollo? Listen, he hasn't released a pepper yet. We shouldn't even be talking about the Apollo. Seriously. That's like me. Listen, it's like me saying I got a car faster than the Tesla, but it's in my garage. It's faster than 0 to 60. Nobody's seen it. Nobody's driven it, but just trust me. I trust Ed and I like Ed, but it's time to start eating some peppers, you know? It's one thing to talk about Pepper X because it's been in products, all right? But Apollo, come on. All right, let's see here. Travis W., I love the heat, but don't enjoy eating raw pods, even mild ones. Will this change over time? Yeah, you know what? It's definitely acquired taste. You're not gonna, nobody, I don't believe anybody has ever eaten a super hot their first go and gone, whoa, man, just hit the spot, it tastes great. Something you kind of, it's an acquired taste. But it gets to the point where, I love hot peppers. Even ones that don't taste great, it's like an experience. I've tried a new pepper. I love peppers, but that should change. Chris Brown, I lost my taste a lot after COVID. Lost my sense of smell. Maybe eating pepper. Maybe I tried eating peppers to get my taste back. Can I tell you something? Somebody reported back a while ago that they did that, and it was helpful getting their taste buds back. But also, someone else told me that it destroyed their tolerance. They had COVID, and when they were done, like, ketchup was hot. So just be careful, Jack Spreadberry says, congratulations, Johnny. I've been watching you since the beginning. You've helped me through some tough times. Thank you. You know, I don't know how I helped you through some tough times, but I'm so thankful that's something that happens. I mean it. You know, you guys helped me. Oh, you want to talk about tough times? You know what? You guys are my therapy. This is like a therapy session for me. I'm not even joking you. Man, I'm going through a divorce. That was not easy, and you guys got me through that. You were a big part of my motivation to quit drinking. And we were there to celebrate the 1 year for that. When my dad died, you know, my brother Tommy is like my guru. And anytime something heavy's going on, he's like, well, has it stack on the 1 to 10? 1 is didn't bothers you this much. 10 is our dad dying. That was all. I was going to be the 10. Every time I think of that, I'm like, this isn't so bad. I'll get through it. But you got me. You're so instrumental and through so many things. So you know, it's a mutual relationship. Would I still consider the habanero as super hot, or would I consider the habanero as super hot? No, Christopher Allen, I would not. You know, I go back and forth. At the beginning of the season, I consider a ghost pepper as super hot. At the end of pod season, I don't. You know, the ghost pepper, kind of like, I don't know. I kind of see it as the ghost pepper is a super hot, and everything above that is an ultra hot. Because you can't eat a ghost pepper and not call that a super hot. I would not. But here's the thing about the habanero burns different. It stings more than it burns. You know, it's like a mouth tattoo. And other peppers that are, you know, hotter, they don't burn like that. And I know there are people that have eaten a habanero and said, if this stings, and this is only like 200,000, $1.5 million, no thank you. You have to understand they don't burn the same. Excuse me. Good question, Dizzy Dragon. Do I get frustrated by the pepper hype media? I feel like every week there's supposedly a new hottest and then no proof or just fake. You know what? Scovilles don't matter. You know, I've eaten a lot of peppers. I don't lie to anybody. I'll tell you what the hottest pepper is. So, you know, there's a lot of people talking. I don't mind the hype because it's important. You know what I mean? But I like, you know, transparency. Let's eat some peppers, you know. So I think it's good for the industry, you know. Everybody wants the next hottest pepper, but I'm telling you, you understand that. I mean, you got to think about this. The hottest pepper I've ever eaten, I've eaten pods by so many big growers all over the world, really. The hottest pepper I ever ate was grown by a guy named Jason who grew it in his backyard. Doesn't have an Instagram, doesn't sell them, doesn't have you see what I'm saying? So there are some scary hot peppers out there, and my question is to find them, you know what I mean? You know, I'll tell you something. I ate a Moruga scorpion that Chris Hislop grew, and I ate it in the UK. I'll tell you something. It was one of the hottest peppers I've ever eaten. I was with somebody who ended up winning the belt, and he ended up getting sick from one pot. It was unbelievably hot. So there are weird peppers. Everybody's had a strange jalapeno, right? You get a bunch of jalapenos, they're all normal. Then you bite into one, and it's like a habanero. It's way hotter. Banana peppers can trick you like that. You know, you can pull 2 peppers from the same plant, and like they aren't the same heat, and they don't taste the same. That's just the nature of it. So. There's always going to be a lot of false information, though, because there's money in it. You know, the Carolina Reaper has nothing to do with this video. If I put Carolina Reaper in the title to get more views. So it is what it is, you know. Here's the problem that we've got. We've gotten to a place. You're going back to the Reaper and the Primo. There are people that are in the Reaper camp. And if you say it's not hotter, they attack you or attack. I don't know why people take it so personally. We have got to get away from when you think of a pepper, you think of the dude behind it that created it. That's absurd and stupid. It's absurd and stupid. When I think of the Reaper, I think of the Reaper. When I think of the Primo, I think of the Primo. I don't think of the dude who made it. And we got to get away from that. Pull ego out of it. Ego, you know, ego's a drag. It's a problem. Johnny K, don't want to get too personal. Any update on your visa, bud? Yeah, I've been rejected twice. Which is absurd because I am not disqualified. I qualify for entrance to live there, everything. But I've talked to the consulate in Australia, and they said ultimately whoever sits at that desk makes a judgment call and pushes a keystroke, essentially. So their best advice, I'm like, is there anything I can do to better the odds next time? They said, you know, you have all the information, right? I said, yeah, you just send it in again. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get in there eventually. Something's happening right now that I can't even tell you about, but that's gonna make it easier for me to get there, believe it or not. I might find the right email to the people at the consulate and ask you guys to lean into the pitch, take one for the team, and write a letter saying that I'm a decent guy and Australia should want me in their country. Maybe that would help. But I will get there, you know. I have a great woman. She loves me. I love her. Nothing's changed there. It's a stronger thing every day sort of a thing. So, but good question. Tommy, you're hysterical. Let's see here. Good one. Darkness in Memorial says, hey, Johnny. About a week ago, I ate the latest Pocky One Chip Challenge. It was the hottest thing I've tried. Burned intensely for 10 minutes, but I survived it. What would you recommend you try next? As far as challenges, I mean, you know, I'll tell you what, give this a go. The Tubaterra 2.0 or the Tubaterra, it's a big step up from doing the One Chip Challenge. The One Chip Challenge is easy because it's one chip. You got to gag it down and it's kind of hold on to the rails and kind of hang on. But so it makes that a simple challenge, really. You just got to eat it and kind of ride it out. But if you want a challenge that's going to really push you, you know, the Death Nut, the 2.0, the 3.0. There's a bunch of challenges at Blazing Food that will light you up. I promise you that. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Let me read this here. All right, so Shane Jimenez says, grew ghost peppers and ready to make some New Mexico salsa. Just worried about the ratio. Glad I have some awesome volunteers, LOL. Trying to level up the heat around here. Dancing tradition. I love it. Ghost peppers, you know what? It's one of my favorite peppers ever. It always will be. When I first started the channel, I had a day job. I worked at a dating service, believe it or not, on the phone. It was not an online service. You go in and sit down, they'd interview you. It was super expensive. I worked at a dating service, and I would sit at my desk, and I had dried ghost peppers at my desk because this grocery store where I used to shop in, picked them up. This is 6 years ago. It was like astonishing that they had ghost peppers in the grocery store. So I got them, and I would have them at my desk, and I would eat ghost peppers on the phone. People thought I was crazy. John Smith says, Johnny, I'd like to show you the pepper plants I'm growing. I would like to send you a quick video or at least some photos. How do I do that? chasetheheat@gmail.com. Oh, one thing I want to say, chasetheheat@gmail.com. This is kind of important here. If you're watching, catch your goals. Do me a favor, email my brother Tommy at sober@myyahoo.com. Please. Start a communication there. Legend of Spam. Was the Mad Dog Plutonium the hottest thing I've ever had? If not, what was? That was probably the UK Chili Queen. Is she here? Hello, UK Chili Queen. The hottest thing I've ever eaten as far as... Here's the thing. You really want to know what hurt the most. Not really what's the hottest. I mean, I've had 16 million Scoville crystals that didn't hurt as much as the plutonium. You drink a whole bottle of plutonium and there's just no getting around it. That is really going to hurt. So those were the most painful ones as far as the extract challenges. Recently I did a chocolate primatali challenge where I tried to gag down 30 of them and only got through, I think, 18. And that almost had me in panic mode. That was really a scary one. For real. Gila Guy. Good to see you, man. Love the flavor of ghosts, like the heat of reapers. Need a plant produces the flavor of the heat. Yeah. You know what? Here you should do. Try like yellow reapers or yellow 7 Pot Primos or big yellow mama. You know what I mean? Those are some super hots or the lemon yellow brain from Tom Broom. That's currently, everybody, I saw that several times, said, what's your favorite pepper? My favorite pepper currently, as far as just my favorite to eat all around is the lemon yellow brain. Amazing. It's a Tom Broom creation. It smells like a lemon. It's super hot, amazing citrusy flavor. It's just incredible. So that's my favorite. Heiselburn, love the name. Thanks for everything, Johnny. I love the food, hot foods my whole life, but your channel has inspired me to push my limits. Very cool. You guys all inspired me to push mine. Tommy says the best videos are the plutonium vids. I don't know. You know what? I think the video of you and I, the Surstroming video you and I did in Reno, that's hilarious. That's a funny video. All the plutonium videos are hilarious. The ones I did with Big Al and College Boy. Someone mentioned College Boy. I tried best emailing him today or texting him. He's just immersed in school. I see him once in a while. You'll see him eat more peppers. He's that guy. So Midnight XX says, I like the mouth heat and can handle spicy, you know. Anyway, but sometimes the cap cramps are just horrible. Boy, I'll tell you what, right? Cap cramps are no joke. If I had $1 right now for every hour I had cap cramps in the last 6 years, it would get in the way of the camera. I'm not even joking you. I have a great pain tolerance. I can, even if my pain's at like 7 or 8, I can usually groove on it if it's temporary. When my cap cramps get over a 4 or 5, I'm done. If they're 4, I can still work and still concentrate and do my thing. Anything over 5, it's interrupting my job. I can't really focus on anything, and I gotta just shut it down. I'm envious of College Boy. I don't know if you guys ever heard this before. College Boy, when he got cap cramps, we do a crazy challenge at the office. I got cap cramps, and he's sleeping on the chair, on the recliner. I'm like, I go over, wake him up. What are you doing? He goes, I got cap cramps. I'm sleeping. I'm dead. I'm tired. He would sleep through cap cramps. Unbelievable. The Thor, Buddha Davis says, way back when you drank, I forgot how many bottles of Thor's Hammer. I believe it looked rough. The bus is rocking right now. Yeah, it is. Thank you. There's 158 of us here. That actually wasn't Thor's Hammer, which is a stupid hot sauce. I had one of the originals when it was still a prototype, signed by the owner. That was Fear This. That was the dumbest challenge. That was one of the only few challenges I ever knew I was going to fail before I even did it. Merle. Great guy, owns Hellfire Hot Sauce. I have a bunch of guitars I bought from him. Just a super guy. He called me one day. He's like, I got a challenge for you, Johnny. How about a case of hot sauce? And I know what a case is. It's 12 bottles. I'm like, how many is in a case? Hoping he was going to say, man, it's only 6. But he goes, 12. And Fear This. And I said yes, and I don't know why I did that. Terribly painful challenge. That was awful. And I think I got through 7 bottles. I think I maybe put a dent in the 8th, but it was brutal. Mr. Hyena, thank you so much. Can a person ruin their stomachs or taste buds by eating pepper? Asking me because I am scared if I eat a hot pepper, it will ruin my stomach or taste buds. I am here to tell you that is all misinformation. My hand to my Savior. There's no truth to that. Now, I will tell you this. If you have stomach problems already, if you have an ulcer, capsaicin will diagnose that ulcer just like that, really quick, way faster than any doctor could. A doctor's going to, sit you down and ask you a bunch of questions. Before you're even halfway through those questions, a pepper would tell you have an ulcer. So it won't cause problems in your stomach. In fact, capsaicin is proven to reduce acidity in the stomach. If you Google it, it's the truth. As far as ruining your taste buds, it does just the opposite as well. Everybody will say that. Devin, madman, I'll be with you in just 1 sec. Everybody says that it ruins your taste buds. It does just the opposite. And here's an easy way to kind of give you an example. If you look at the first David and Goliath video that we ever did, me and College Boy, David, we both ate a Reaper. It was a really strange Reaper. It was 1 stem, but 2, it was like a twin. 2 peppers coming from the same stem. So they were identical heat and flavor. We pulled it in half. He ate one, I ate the other. I tasted fruity pepper with, it was very fruity with slightly floral notes. And if you asked him what he was tasting nothing. Nothing. It wasn't until halfway through the season where he began tasting peppers. Because what happens is when your tolerance is really low, when you eat something hot, immediately your taste buds are just waving a white flag, and you can't taste anything. It may go to the fact that your brain can only deal with one thing at one time, and if you're dealing with pain, you aren't able to even process the flavor. So the higher your tolerance gets, you never get overrun. Like I taste things, like I can be 5 pods into a challenge, and I can taste differences in each pod. So it won't hurt you. Just go easy. Don't hurt yourself. Because start slow. I say don't hurt yourself. If you eat too much, you're going to get cramps in your stomach. That's not a stomach problem. That's the result of capsaicin overdose, which won't kill you. It's just going to make you uncomfortable. Devin, man, thank you so much for that. $49.99. That's crazy. Thank you so much for all the times you've been here and you've watched. I really appreciate that. Buddha Davis says, you made my whole week, bud, and you wonder why we love you. It's a special thing going on here. I gotta tell you something. If you look at just take the temperature of what's going on the internet. What's happening here is very, very different than what's happening on other channels. I'm not knocking any other channel, but this is like there's a beautiful thing happening here. It's a pepper channel. There's times where if you read the comments, you'd wonder. You know what I mean? And it's really it's you know. Now, Jonathan Cromer says, my wife loves hot food. She was diagnosed with IBS about 6 months ago. Will capsaicin harm her or make it worse? I've never played a doctor on TV. And I'm not playing one now on YouTube. Listen, I would absolutely speak to a doctor without a shadow of a doubt before you do anything that's going to, please do. It would be a good thing. You know what I mean? You could just get an expert. I'm an expert in eating them, and I'm an expert at what it does in my body and what it's going to do in somebody else's body. But when you throw in a condition like that, I'm not an expert anymore. So really, please be careful with that and proceed with caution, all right? Bullseye and Brewski says, wish I got the endorphin rushes from scorching heat. Haven't yet. Here's why. It's a scary thing. It's like, you know, you're already hurting, and you gotta push it past your comfort zone for that to happen. Corey, thank you for being with us, dude. Love you, man. Thanks for being here. So you gotta push it past your comfort zone. Now, the good thing about it is when you're a newer chili head, the problem is when you're a brand new chili head, a jalapeno can give you an endorphin rush. A habanero certainly will. But the problem is if you build your tolerance slowly and responsively and thoughtfully, you can get to a very high tolerance and still having never experienced an endorphin rush. And if that happens to you, to achieve one at that point, you got to eat some scary heat to make that happen because your tolerance is way higher, even though you've never experienced one yet. That sounds like kind of where you are. All I can tell you is it's an amazing feeling. I've had challenges where I'm at an 8 or a 9 for pain, and my 8 or 9 is a screaming pain. And you eat just the next pepper, and the endorphin rush hits, and I mean the pain goes from an 8 to a 1. And all of a sudden it's like, it's the most amazing feeling. It's hard to even describe. It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful anyway. Connor Guest, hey, love the channel, man. Hottest I think I've eaten is about 300,000, but I'm looking up to it. Listen, 300,000 is no joke. There's no natural hot sauce on the planet that's that hot. You know, the hottest sauce. Here's what you got to remember: even if you get pure Carolina Reaper mash or pure 7-pot Primo mash, it's $1.5 million, and usually it's a little less because if it already has vinegar and it's already cut with vinegar, so it's not pure, it's already cut. So if you start with that as your base, there's no way you're getting your sauce any hotter than that because you're going to add other stuff in it. It's going to dilute it even more. You have to think about that. So there, 300,000 is scorching hot. It really is. Lawn Dog, the first endorphin rush I had was staring at the computer screen, and suddenly I couldn't concentrate. It was kind of like floating away. Yeah, it really is. It's an amazing feeling. I remember looking at my fingers once because they were tingling so much. I thought I would see them vibrate, and they weren't. So it's a special feeling. There's no two ways about that. We have 167 people. It's amazing. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to, I don't ever do the chase the heat, bus appreciation hour enough. But you know, seriously, all the things you could be doing right now that you're taking the time to sit here is mind-boggling to me. And that you take time out of your day to watch like a 10-minute video every day. I love you for that. I mean it. You know, I had the job I had before I did this. I liked it. I was really good at it. I liked it because I was good at it. I made the best of it because I have a good attitude, but I was going nowhere in that job, and you guys made this happen, you know. Gila says, I felt accomplished when I ate about 10 habaneros. Brought me to a Hispanic restaurant. The owner came out and said, I don't even eat those. Listen, 10 habaneros is a lot. I don't think you can get no, you can't get Pepper X pods anywhere. It's not been released yet. We're all waiting with bated breath. But, you know, it is what it is. Area 51, Snipes. Howdy, Johnny. I'm still at work, but I want to say hi. Thank you for don't get in trouble at work. Get back to your job, man. But thank you for being here. I mean it. All right, so Thomas Perry says, great bus driver. Thank you. I'd say you have a cool thing with chasing the heat, so much so that I've been inspired to grow my own peppers. Have a great harvest this year. This culture is because of you. No. Listen, it's a big, giant, beautiful wheel, and I'm a cog in it. That's the truth of it. Please. And that is can I tell you something? Every one of you is a cog in that beautiful wheel. We all play our role, you know, but it's not mine, honestly. Fiery Fool, Oscar, Gator, all great hot sauces. Do you guys know where Oscar got the name Oscar from? Do you guys know that story behind that? It's a funny story. Let me tell you real quick. Oscar there's a sauce called Exoresco by Burns and McCoy. It's no, it's not. Is it? Yeah, it's Exoresco. I can't even say it right. Somebody was on the phone with somebody, and they were sending somebody a text message, one of those voice to text, saying you wanted to get a bottle of Exoresco. And it translated to his buddy, I want to get a bottle of Oscar. And they posted it, it was funny, and that just took root quick. So everybody in the know calls it Oscar. If you say you got a bottle of Oscar, like, what do you, and you look up Oscar, you can't find it. That's Oscar. That's a very hot sauce, though. Organized Chaos, thank you for being here, man. Congratulations on 6 years. Love the content. It was nice meeting you at Chili Cook-Off. Great meeting you, for sure. I'm working my way up to that. Tube of Terror. It's rough. Tube of Terror is hot. G-Pick says, love watching your videos, brother. What is your favorite pepper to eat? You know, if it's a super hot pepper, my favorite pepper is a lemon yellow brain, created by Tom Broom. If it's a lower heat pepper, any of the ahis. Any ahi pepper. Man, I can just snack on those all day long. They're so delicious. Dave Booth, you gotta be kidding me, man. Dave Booth, it's good to see you. Cemetery 76. Oh, bro, thank you so much. Cemetery 76, I dig you. I got a vibe with you. I don't know about I like your comments. Cooley McCoolson, shut up. And Damone is here. Cooley, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. There's some great people here. Up to 171. That's incredible. Steven says, congrats on 6 years. I've been binging your videos lately and recently started making my own hot sauces. Thanks for the inspiration. That's awesome. Thank you for watching the videos and keep chasing it. You know, that's why we chase the heat, you know. You can chase a lot of other things, but chasing the heat's pretty healthy. But everybody, you march to the beat of your own drummer, and that's how everybody chases the heat. You go to some channels, they'll look down your nose if you're not at a certain level, or they'll laugh at certain questions you ask, and you won't ever get that from me. You know what happens so frequently is somebody will ask a question in a comment section, I just can't get to them all. I read almost all of them. I don't read, sometimes on old videos, comments pop up, and I don't see them. I'm not shown that as a content creator, but all new ones I read. But sometimes somebody will ask a question. It's amazing that somebody will answer the question for me. It's just very, very cool. Tommy says, no one from Smell-O-Vision is here. I did build that company. Is that not right? You know, it was touch and go with Smell-O-Vision. We had problems with the first one until they got the bugs worked out in the 2.0. But can I tell you guys something about Smell-O-Vision? If you go... If you go to the App Store and type in Smell-O-Vision, it pops up. That's how many people have gone there. It's the only time I'll ever talk about it. It's beautiful because it's a 120,000 person joke. When someone says, what's Smell-O-Vision? And everybody on the boat says, oh, come on, you have to adjust it properly. Go delete it, download it again, the bugs will be worked out. The second they realize it, they're part of the joke, and it just keeps on going. It's a beautiful thing. I love that. The Scoville unit system has more issues than Johnny. Yeah, it does. But here's the problem with, you know, it's never going to get resolved because, look, on this, I don't even say the hottest peanuts in the world. I don't put down, it doesn't say that on here. But people say that that's the hottest thing because they want to look cool eating it. Like, how many hot sauces do you walk by that say it's the hottest natural sauce? Or one drop will do you. Most hot sauces don't even have the right to say hot on the bottle. But we all get it. So what happens is the person who buys it wants, I mean, there are people that eat ghost pepper. Listen, I'm going to pick on Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's makes a ghost pepper chip. It's lousy. Doesn't taste like ghost pepper and there's no heat. But people will buy those and they'll eat them in the lunchroom because it looks cool. So it's one of those things that's hard to get the truth of. Let me tell you something. Doomed is the hot sauce by Hellfire Hot Sauce. It's the only sauce I've ever seen that has the Scoville, the report from the lab printed on the bottle. 2.46 million Scoville on a sauce. But yeah, it's a tough one. There's a lot of issues with it. Let's see here. Let's see. Area 51. The man, I'm sure. Johnny swears plenty, but not on the channel. He's a family man, people. You know, I probably swear more than I should. I try not to. I'll never do it here. You'll never hear it here. You know why part of the reason I'm really good about that, about really never ever let anyone slip, I don't care how much I'm hurting. The company I worked for like 18 years, every call I made was recorded. And if you said the wrong thing, you cleaned up your desk and went home. I watched it happen to it. I send people home for that. So, you know, for a long time, I was just very, very careful about what I say. And then, so it was kind of like it was a good transition into this, you know. LA Beast. What are you talking about? He's not here. LA Beast is a rock star. I'm a huge fan of LA Beast. I have since the very beginning. You know, let me tell you something about LA Beast. Super important to the channel. He's done the Tube of Terror. He did the Tube of Terror 2.0. He did the 6 Hop. He's just a rock star and a very, very cool dude. And I'll tell you what, honestly, super important to the growth of this channel. So I owe him everything. Like I owe you guys everything. Thank you for reminding me of that, Tommy. False Kador, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that more than you know. What's hotter, Trouble Bubble or Mad Dog Plutonium Extract? Trouble Bubble, I think the Trouble Bubble is super hot, but Plutonium is way worse. Plutonium, it's a paste. The powder is one thing, it dissolves and you're gonna hurt, but it's a, you know, when you guys know when it's a paste, you know, and yeah, I warmed it up and got it hot and liquid-like. That's the only way I was able to drink it, but it's thick. You know, when you first get it, you take the top off, you'll never dump it out. It's like wax. It's completely solid. It's way harder. You mentioned, Travis W. says, you mentioned seeing The Clash in '82, I believe. Are you a fan of other punk rock acts? You know what? I like old punk. I don't really like new punk. I like old stuff. I mean, like, do you guys know, like the Police were kind of a punk band when they first started. The Kinks were a punk band when they first started. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't like a lot of the newer stuff, but newer punk. But I'm eclectic as can be with my music taste. I mean, I like metal, but I like everything. I like everything but country western. It is what it is. Eric Winslow, happy birthday. Chase D, thank you, Eric Winslow. Appreciate it, dude. You missed Thursday Night Jam, old bud, Dave Booth. You know, It's right there. I was going to play before at the beginning, but I decided not to. You know, I love the Ramones. And I like the Misfits. I guess I shouldn't have said that. Henry Rollins, you know what? Not such a Henry Rollins fan. He's a guy who listens too much to what people say about him. You can tell. And when I can tell that about somebody, I can't watch them anymore. Shane Jimenez says, thanks for taking the time to bring us all together for our seriously unweird passion. Isn't it though? Mr. Hyena says, from where did this misinformation that peppers will ruin a person's taste buds and stomach start? Very simply, a lot of times people don't really like going to the doctors, so they'll diagnose themselves. I got hit in the head really hard once, and one pupil was little and one pupil was big. I looked at myself and said, you got a concussion. I didn't go to a doctor for that. I diagnosed myself. So what ends up happening is somebody will eat a pepper and everybody else they ate a pepper with is okay, and they maybe ate too many and they already had a stomach condition ahead of time. And that's how it starts. People diagnose themselves. I mean, I promise you, you can still find a doctor that will say that hot stuff's going to ruin your stomach, but it's still just misinformation. It just is. You know, it's going to take a while for people to catch up. But there is no truth there, I promise you. Google it, Mr. Hyena. Google, does capsaicin lower acidity in your stomach? You'll be surprised. It's going to say, it really does. Do I get, Justin Stroud says, do I get heartburn from eating hot peppers? I never have. I'll get like whiskey chest in the middle of a challenge. That's not heartburn. That's just the result of eating way too many peppers. But like I've been with people who say, oh, I got heartburn. They're eating Tums. I'm like, they didn't eat anything, they didn't do anything, and all of a sudden heartburn sprung up. That's never happened to me ever. So I'm very fortunate for that. That would be a bummer, you know. Let me see here. Hydropop, the type of people that love super hots and chase to eat are highly respectable individuals, kings among men. You know what? It's interesting. There's something about, it's interesting, because there's a vibe. You guys have ever been to a Dead show? You go to a Dead show and there'll be like a doctor there, a plumber, emergency technician, an attorney, a school teacher, and everybody's wearing their Dead shirts and no one can tell who's who. They're all there to listen to the Dead and get a good vibe. You go to a pepper show, it's the very same way. And even though this isn't a pepper show, it's sort of a digital pepper show, and that vibe is the same, and everybody just kind of has the same vibe. So that's kind of a cool thing. Let's see here. Oh no, the man, the myth, the chili legend. You know, I don't know if you guys saw that. I recently figured out on a flight, I figured out why I have trouble with the whole legend thing. It's true. I got it sorted out. I want to explain it to you. I explained it once in a previous video, but if you didn't see it, I'm going to tell you right now because it makes sense. It made sense to me because I've been struggling with it forever. Because I'm telling you guys, you're all too kind. 2 weeks into the channel and people were saying that. So here's where I struggle with it. Like every time you take a step, you have a choice of going down this road or this road. Even if you're going straight, you can go down this road but go straight, or you can go down this road and head straight. This road is you're a humble person. You're thankful and grateful for what's happening, and you know what I mean? And with respect to a channel, I'm grateful, humble, and just, you know, I'm blown away, but that I get to do what I do. This step is, I believe, like I have a big head. I think I'm great. I believe what people say about me. I did this. I deserve this. Pat me on the back. I want more subs and money. That's a horrible, nasty, awful road that I don't ever want to find myself down, okay? So in my head, I was on this flight. I was listening to a rainstorm, and I opened my eyes. I was like, that's it. Like, this is the humble road, the good road. Like, I'm just grateful and thankful, right? Even to embrace what's happening, I see it on this road. I don't see it. It's not on this. It's this road, not on this road, I mean. To embrace it is to step over here, and I can't take a step down that road. To accept the legend thing, it's a step down this road. It's not down the road I have to be on. And even to take one step is bad, because where does one step go? I can't do it. So that's why I have trouble. Shut up, Tommy. Oh, I'll tell you what, Tommy's the Maharishi. Say what you want. You're gonna pay for that, man. I'm gonna drop Maharishi on every one of your videos now. It just is the way it is. Lander one, thank you. Happy birthday, Chase E. Thank you so much. Have I had the end of hot sauce? Mike Fielder says yes. Doesn't taste very good. Not a big fan. Yeah, Tommy is a lifelong deadhead. That's no joke. Drew V. Johnny. Okay. Let's see. Evil Llama, good to see you, bro. Thank you for being here. The man, the myth, the humble chili slayer. Now that I can get behind. See, that's not bad. Roman and Tim Wickenwinnie. Congrats, Johnny Scoville and Chase the Heat, 6th birthday from New Zealand. I love New Zealand. I can't tell you how much I love it. Oh, Mr. Hayden is back with one more question. Could you maybe do a well and thorough video about peppers and burn? I have, actually. You know what I'll do? Mr. Hayden, if you go to the main page for Chase Heat and go to the search bar and type in myths, it'll pull up a video where I dispel myths, and that's in the title, and you'll see it. It's a video where I dispel all the myths. Like, there's no heat in seeds. You probably have been told that. You know, the outside seeds are not hot. They may have some oils on the outside of them, but there's no heat in seeds at all. So listen, guys, we're approaching the top of the hour, and we are going to I can't see that. Mr. Hyena, thank you so much. We're coming to the top of the hour, so I'm going to add we'll just do a couple more questions, and I want to make sure I don't keep you guys over for when I told you. You guys, I don't know if you guys, some of you guys weren't around back in the beginning. I did one 25-hour long live stream and either 4, maybe you guys can tell me, was it 4 or 5, 26-hour long live streams. Unbelievable. Catch your goals. Good to see you, dude. Glad you're here. Don't know if you saw my or heard me earlier. Email Tommy at sober at my man, oh man, hang on one second. It's sober at blast it. Email him at sober at my Yahoo, please. Sober at my Yahoo, so you can get a conversation going. Thank you. You should do a live Tube of Terror. That'd be one heck of a way to end a video, wouldn't it? I didn't plan on it. I could do it, just didn't plan on it. I'm not in that headspace. But thank you all. Listen, thank you all so much for taking the time to come here and watch tonight and spend time with me. This is how we commune. It means a lot, so thank you. Swarty, good. Thank you for hopping on the bus, Gus. See what I did there? Look at that, Nikki. Been watching since 126. Wow. You know what happened early on? People before a thousand, or excuse me, before even 100,000. A lot of people would remember their number. I think it's harder to remember now that the number is getting bigger. It's sober at myyahoo.com. Catch your goals. Love that name, by the way. But all you guys, everybody that took time to hang out, honestly, thank you so much. I can't promise you 6 more years, because that's a lot. But I promise you we'll do another one. Ryan Harvey, oh man, thank you so much for the $6. One for each year, man. Thank you on the 6 years of Chase Heat, Johnny. Here's to many more years of videos. Keep on driving our bus. Thank you so much. I'm going to continue. Got 2 more minutes. We'll hang out until the top of the hour. But seriously, thank you guys so much for taking the time to hang with me today. This is special. And I'm going to upload this so that everybody else gets a chance to see this. R.I.P. Preds, I didn't see you here, bro. Thank you for being here. But you know what? That's something I came If I were a younger person, I would have started a pedophile catching channel. I would have, because I have a heart to stop that. Ooh, that bothers me. But I'm too busy with what I'm doing. Pretty soon, you guys, I'm going to be able to tell you some of the stuff that's going on that I can't tell you about now. I can tell you that Friday I'm flying out, going to Louisiana for the weekend and doing some filming there. Wish I could tell you what. Mr. Hyena, is it okay to eat the white stuff in the bell peppers? Yes, my friend, that white stuff is called, if it's on the edge, not a problem at all. Every part of a pepper is edible. You can even eat the stem. It doesn't, it's hard to chew, tough to get down, but you can eat any part of it, honestly. And listen, Mr. Hyena, you seem like a good dude that's going to have a bunch of questions. My email is chasetheheat@gmail.com. Please email me and I'll answer any questions you guys have. Lewis Kai says, can I get a sneak peek of what's about to go down? Okay, remember this. But when I was on Netflix, before I could tell you about it I said, I'm in a documentary that's being filmed by one of the world's biggest streaming platforms and will be aired soon. Remember that? It's about as much as I could say. I'll say this. I'm doing something similar on one of the world's biggest streaming channels, only this is 10 episodes. Some could call it 10 episodes. Some people could call it season 1. I'm not saying anything more. I probably said too much. Vermont's in the house. See, here's the problem. This is how we go over. We keep going. Before you know it, 25 hours, I'm doing one of these things. We're going to end it now. I love you guys. I'm going to end the tape. You guys stay here for just a second. Guys, thank you for hanging out with us again. I appreciate it. That was our live stream from the 6th birthday of Chase the Heat. More years to come. All the standard stuff down below. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.